So continuing our series on sequences, we're now going to look at an arithmetic sequence, which is another type of sequence. So an arithmetic progression or arithmetic sequence is one where we have of the form a, our first term or initial term, a plus d, a plus 2d, a plus 3d, all the way up to a plus nd, or wherever we end, okay? Where a is the initial term and d is what's called the common difference. And both a and d are real numbers. And basically what an arithmetic sequence looks like is it looks like a sequence where we're just going to add the same value, right? Each and every time. Each and every time. It's also can be called sometimes called a linear sequence because basically we're adding a linear term. We're adding some kind of scalar onto each and every subsequent term. So for example, we got like -1, 3, 7, 11 is an arithmetic sequence as the difference between each successive term is going to be 4. Okay? And in this case, a is -1 and d is 4. Now let's take a look at an example. So let's suppose that we have a equals 4 and d equals 2. So we're right over here. Find the first 10 terms of the sequence. Well, if a is 4, that means we're going to start with 4. And then d is 2, so it's 4, 6, 8, 10. And notice I'm just adding 2 every time. 12, 14, 16, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's my first 10 terms of the sequence, all right? And if I were to actually write the actual function, it's going to be an equals 4 plus 2n, all right? And that's literally how you write an arithmetic sequence. Initial term, and, d, the common difference. All right. Let's take, for example, we'll take an equals 6 plus -1n. All right. And in this case, we'll start with 6. So 6, and then 5, 4, 3, 2. Notice that we're just going to change by -1. 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That gives us our first 10 terms of that sequence. Notice here's d, right? D is the number in front of n. It's like the slope of the line. And then that's like our y value. That's our initial condition. That's a. Okay? All right, what if I want to determine the function for an arithmetic sequence? So let's take, for example, I'm given the sequence here 7, 4, 1, -2, etc., etc., etc. Well, a is the first term, so a is going to equal 7. Common difference is going to be d is going to equal, you'll just subtract 2 terms. 7 minus 4, that's 3. Or you could do 4 minus 1, that's also equal to 3. Or 1 minus -2, which equals 3. One thing to notice is that if we actually have an arithmetic sequence, these have to be all the same. If they're not the same, it's not an arithmetic sequence. Okay, so if you take any two values inside of the sequence, like 4 and 1 in this case, and we subtract them, and they aren't actually the same number when we take a different pair, okay, that are right next to each other, then it's not arithmetic. In this case, arithmetic, we're all good. Now, what this means now is that I have A and I have D, so AN is going to equal A, right, plus DN, which equals then 7 plus 3N. And that's my arithmetic progression, or my arithmetic sequence. And that's how you construct arithmetic sequences. An arithmetic sequence is one of the form A plus ND, where A is your initial term and D is your common difference. And this ends this video.